Good morning. It's Monday. Running a little behind. A little bit. Slept in till 4:10. Whoops. Somebody else get confused sometimes which way to turn the frickin' twist tie. Sometimes they're so tight you can't really tell. Like, do I gotta go forwards or backwards? Maybe it's just me. Folks. So where am I gonna park? I can't wait to show you guys some of these spots. The real deal van life. The real deal. They are gonna be absolutely nothing fantastic. But they'll be free. And I ain't gonna go off into a fucking ditch trying to get to it. And if I do, well, I screwed up. Because they're flat. And apparently I'm lost. Or there is a ditch and I'm like, oh, I could make it. And it's literally just completely my fault. So. Why use this giant knife to cut butter? Because I'm not going to wash it. I'm literally just going to use it at lunch. Same with the spatula that I didn't wash from last night from cooking dinner. I'm using it today. Who cares? I don't. There's no raw meat on it. What am I worried about? I don't have a carbon monoxide detector, so I don't leave the propane hooked up just in case there decides to be a leak. I should probably get one of those. Same with a fire alarm. I mean, although, like, if there was a fire, I probably shouldn't talk about this, because last time I talked about headlights, let's think about what happened. Oh, dear. If there was a fire, though, I do have fire extinguishers, multiple, in here. But only one's really accessible from here. It's mounted on the passenger seat. The other one's mounted in the back, so I have to open up the doors to get it. But I figured those were like good spots. They're kind of out of the way. They're for the most part very accessible in a very reasonable amount of time. Like if it was so small, I'd just grab my vest and swat it out, you know. But if there's like stuff burning, I mean, I'd still probably do that because I would need to like get by it to then get the fire extinguisher. And then, I mean, I'd use one one should knock it out. They're the small ones, but who knows. Then I could always jump out, you know, go to the back door, rip it open, get the other one, come back, whatever. And they're also accessible so that if I was ever driving by somewhere and I saw something that was not okay, easily accessible for that too. Especially the back one. If there was ever like a fire, like car fire or something like that. I don't think these would ever put out a car fire, like if an engine was on fire or something like that. Highly, highly, highly doubtful, because they're the small ones. They're like that round, that tall. You'd need a pretty big one to put a car fire out. Whoa. Dude, I went grocery shopping yesterday. Not yesterday. Saturday. I did it Saturday. Rookie me. Yeah, I did it Saturday after I got towed out. I got eggs. I didn't look at the freaking package. I just grabbed them off the shelf. What a chooch. Who does that? And the reason I'm saying that is This one's cracked. That really gets me. Like, I get it. Stuff can happen in transit. It's like, man. Shouldn't you have somebody checking that? Like, doesn't anybody work at a grocery store? Let me know. Like, is there a designated egg checker? Like the egg stocker, are they responsible for checking every egg? I feel like they should be. But also, that's entirely impractical. I mean, you'd literally be paying someone to check eggs. I would love it, because then I could go to that store and ensure that when I walked away, I don't have a broken egg. And if I do, it's my fault. But also, they make you do all your own checkout nowadays anyways. They don't make it, but if you're... And this is where, like, I fight with myself. I try to go to the human. I do. But when the line is freaking insane, I'm like, man, what's my time worth? Like, is it worth hanging around to go to this person, this human, interact with a human? Even though that's probably not going to make any fucking difference. They're not going to hire any more people, even though there's a line wrapping around the entire store. Like, they're just going to get more self-checkout things. Man, I don't know. Bummer. Anyways, I'm just ranting and raving right off the bat. I think because I'm a little frazzled because I freaking hit snooze. Well, actually, no, I did not hit snooze. I hit off by accident on my early alarm. And then, I mean, I have a couple set that was like just in case. Luckily, that one went off. Yikes. That was no good. Yeah, so we're not staying at the campground anymore. I'm here now. But kind of one of those, like, I'm spiteful and I already paid for the month. I'm not about to give them back kind of any free, like, money. You know, like, I'm getting my money's worth. Like, yeah. I don't usually ever pay for this kind of stuff. I mean, I built the van, like, so that it's self-sufficient. Like, I don't need to go plugging in somewhere. So I did that for a reason. So now I'm, like, spiteful of the fact that I did pay for it. I'm like, I'm getting my money's worth. So that's what's going on. We're going to be shifting back to traditional van life of being, you know, a dirtbag, just, like, scalping people's parking lots and being like, I'm just going to sleep here tonight. I'm cool with it. There's a couple of them, now that I've, like, kind of got, like, the feel for the town. That's kind of my big worry. Is I at least had a really good feel for Alaska before I even started building it. So when it came to, like, when I was done and able to, you know, live in it and drive it and whatnot, it wasn't like a big deal to kind of figure that out. Although I did psych myself out sometimes. Like, oh man, I can't park here. Oh, I shouldn't park here. When in reality, like, just do it. Like, what's the worst that happens? The cops come and knock on your door and say, hey, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm sleeping. And they're like, well, you can't do that here. Okay. Like, all right, officer. Like, I'll start it up and get out of here right now. Like, I don't know. That's literally probably the worst thing that could happen. Or, I mean, the worst thing that probably could happen is you show up, they ding you on, like, a trespassing charge. Like, I don't even know, like, you could probably get arrested for you can get arrested for trespassing. So, yeah, it's got to be a misdemeanor. Like, I don't think there's any federal land here, so I doubt I'd be felony, like, trespassing. Like, if anything, I did not used to do that. there was potential that someone could have interpreted that I did that. But anyways, I mean, I don't even know, like, would I have to go to jail, or could I just sign, like, a promise to appear? Who's got LegalZoom? Help me out. I was supposed to get that, I never did. And I mean, even if I gotta go to jail for the night, like, I'll give Pilot food and water, he'll be fine. Like, good to go. What's the big deal? But, like, I really don't think that'll happen. Like, I really don't, ever. I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah. I think this is gonna lead into me staying later at school, though, which is not a bad thing. I think what I'll end up doing is I'll end up staying later there. I'll use the school parking lot to run Pilot, and there's a park behind it, so we can go there too, which is really close. I gotta ask some of these local kids for a spot to shower. That's gonna be the weird part now. Is here I can open the back doors and it's like me, Ben, and another kid that goes to the welding school at this campground. So, I mean, I can just open the back doors and just shower, like, literally no big deal. I might have to do some night ops, some nighttime showers. Not the end of the world, but it's way nicer when the sun's shining. And number one, I can see, and number two, it's not cold as fuck. We'll see. It's a developing story, folks. You know how, like, the news likes to tell you a bunch of stuff and you don't really know the whole thing yet? That's exactly what I'm doing. Ooh, yikes. Whoops. Oh my gosh, I almost cracked the eggs. I put the eggs over there and forgot about it. All this uncultured butter. It doesn't do that well for, like, non-stickness. Dr. Melissa informed me I was kind of like scoffing at uncultured butter, and apparently it's like good stuff. Like, that is, like, you need to bake with it, and your baked goods will come out primo. I don't bake, but it's good to know, I guess. And yeah, she was like it sounded like she was pretty beside herself, the fact that I was scoffing at was it cultured or uncultured or cultured butter? I don't know, whatever. It's cultured. Maybe it's inclusive, whatever. I don't know. Oh, yeah. So I'm just yeah. Late night last night. I didn't go to bed till like 9 o'clock. Rough. I was cooking late, and I had to do some dishes late. It just didn't get a good night's sleep. Usually I'm in bed by like 7:30. Not good. Not good. Oh well. What are you gonna do? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm just rambling on this coffee talk. The whole point was the places I'm gonna park, though. That was the topic. It's really not that gonna it's not really gonna be that big of a deal. But I don't know. Maybe some of you folks are curious. I had some curious folks stop by on Saturday when I was out at the store. They like circled me 3 times. And finally I just like waved and they slowed down. I'm like, alright, I guess they want to talk. No big deal. They're nice. they've been to Alaska 3 times, and they have a cab over camper. They have a Bigfoot. Those are really nice cab overs. Those are the ones that you put in the bed of a truck. That's what I call them, cab overs. Because usually there's a thing that overhangs the cab of the truck. Yeah, they're super nice, super nice people. They were headed out at the end of the month to go down to Arizona, Texas. I think they said they're hitting Mississippi. Yeah, checking some spots out. So they're excited for that, especially because I think, yeah, Friday was when it was all crazy and snowy, and Friday night was super cold. So they're all excited, saying they're gonna get out of the cold weather for a while. Yeah. This is so hot that this is a tea talk. I'm starting to slip, folks. Saturday, no coffee during that coffee talk. Whoops, today, tea talk, because I can't chug this, there's no way. That's a little warm to be chugging. Yeah. Sorry. That's all I got. And I gotta get going, because I gotta start cleaning shit up so I can get to school. Alright. Have a good day. Cheers.